And as this room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share that content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk in Beyond. Come on, baby. Mama said there will be days just like this. Come on. Yep. Prioritize. Come on. Yep. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a Law Nation's groove? Stand tall or not at all. Come on. Yep. Cowboys must prioritize this one way or another. Q&A plus more. More and more. More and more. Yeah. Come on. 5, 4.
What more do you want from me? Spartans! Prepare for glory!
That boy said glory. Glory, glory. Yeah.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. Now it's here, or should I say?
Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Come on with it. And 1. Come on with it. All right. Appreciate you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Appreciate everybody, man. Thank all of you all for joining us on this beautiful day as we got countdown to draft time, and we hope draft time is a good time for us all. Cowboys, I'm with the belief that I'm done with the non-skilled players, and I get it. We had a good conversation last night on the final word. I really think that the Cowboys need to put priority in playmakers, skill set guys, people that can score touchdowns. I think that we need someone that can give us some actions here. Although warranted, you got to have protections, right? You got to have that. You can't be reckless with it. But we have 3 players. One can argue 4 players within the top 100 on the draft sheet as our offensive line. I think Robert Jones was drafted in the top 100 class. But even though he'll be fighting for that role out of Brock Hoffman and as well as Nate Thomas or whoever else they put in there, we can't continue to water the same flower, right? And expecting that flower to grow. Too much water will drown the flower, right? So that's where we are at right now with that particular conversation. The Cowboys, 30 visits. We're going to talk about that as well and get things moving and grooving in that spot and space. But just to recap what I'm talking about, let's play this right quick. Now, the Cowboys got a unique situation where we got Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith. We got a Cooper Beebe, who was a top 100 pick. Those are 3 top 100 picks. And then you have a Terrence Steele, and, of course, you got a gaping hole there. You just picked up Robert Jones, and you have Brock Hoffman fighting for that spot, a TJ Bass. You got Austin Richards, got Nate Thomas. So if I'm a guy looking at a depleted team, offensive line for me is not there. Somehow these coaches got to start coaching. They're going to have to get the scheme in order, because I know for sure defensive back is way thinner than offensive line. We got a guy named Bland is the only guy with the plan, and everybody else is like ancillary, like you don't know if Josh Butler going to be right. My guy Trayvon Diggs got bone to bone with that, right? I don't think that we are in the spot where we can just say, okay, offensive line is where we need to just figure this thing out and get that engine work done. All right, so with that being said, if you guys agree with me, put a 1 in the chat. If you disagree, put a 0 in the chat. I just need to know the interactions with that. Here's my thoughts, and I get it, you know. I get it all that we are in a very crazy spot, whereas we can say if BPA is the thing, then BPA is the thing, and let's just get another offensive lineman. Here, you can block it up and protect it the best way possible. I don't think that you can woo anybody with Jalen Brooks out there, you know, or Jalen Tolbert to a degree, because his inconsistency still will be his inconsistency. On top of that, Mingo is an old wait and see, right? You can block it up all you want, and then the ball hits somebody in the hands, or they can't still get separation. What will be the point of that, you know? So shout too broke to pay attention. He's agreeing with me. I don't see no zeros on there, man. Where the zeros that nobody disagree? Boy, I must was cooking with some good grease, man, last night. Boy, it's some good grease, you know. To be right is a dangerous. Do y'all get what I'm saying? The need to be right is a dangerous drug. It is very dangerous. People will lose arm, legs, eyes, ears, nose, face, hair, on everything, just to say that they are right? And that's not me, because if it's a situation that is working for us, I don't mind being wrong. You know, I don't mind changing my stance, you know. And it goes back to the whole stance of me saying if there's anything a man should do is stay true, right? And stay true to himself, regardless of what you may encounter. But as long as someone brings facts to you, right, and that can change your mindset just a little bit. But here's the other side of it. You know, write this down. Those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still, right? Drug is. And not everybody's going to be right. And you would want to not to be 100 all the time as far as your analysis, because sometimes you be like, damn, I'm glad I was wrong on this one.
Throw your ideal out there, right? Be open to cross-examination. Don't stand like your idea is the only idea.
And I know that's a low blow on the franchise. We need to figure out ways to be more skilled and assertive with our skilled players and develop somehow, one way or another, a true scheme that can fit our identity. Yes, indeed. And that's what I'm going to stop it at right there. True scheme to fit our identity. And you can check out the fullness of that video floating around everywhere. With a philosophy and a scheme, you don't always have to have the sharpest tools or the most crafted, notable weapons. And what I'm telling you guys, if when you have a scheme, meaning that you can help raise the room in that particular category, when you coached up right, you can raise the room. The 3 Super Bowls that the Cowboys won in the 90s, they didn't have 3 or 4 first-round draft picks on that O-line, but they for damn sure had playmaker at running back. They had a precise and a real good delivery of the ball from Troy Aikman. They had a playmaker at, his name was doggone playmaker, right? At wide receiver. Alvin Harper also stood tall with his speed and his ability to catch those subtle passes. And then you had your person that was always reliable, Jay Novacek, right? And I'm not trying to reinvent that particular 90s thing, because maybe it don't work for the modern day football. But excuse me, you still have to be a well-balanced team. You can't just be all top-heavy with CeeDee Lamb or Buzz, Dak Prescott or Buzz. We need to have multiple levels of different makers out there on the field. And this draft can help us out with that. Appreciate you, Ed. Appreciate you, Darius Flip Houses, man. Appreciate you, God. Energy 88 with another 8 in there. Appreciate you. Prioritize. Don't reach or overdraft because of it. Yeah, Florida made top. Pause. Here's what we can say with this when you say don't prioritize. Well, prioritize, but don't reach. I agree. Now, there will be times whereas when you look into your draft, you see tags are touching, right? And if it's a playmaker versus a non-skilled player, then just go with the best thing and go with that playmaker if tags are touching, because we need to make impactful plays. And if we sit around, I said this on my last stream when Adam Schefter stated that, believe it or not, right before the draft, the team that we got to pretty much face twice a year, 3 times if sometimes things can go crazy. They're going to make more moves. They're coming fresh off of a Super Bowl. And I'm not trying to build this into Eagles talk, but you got to study everyone in your division. And the first and foremost thing is with the Cowboys. The ultimate thing would be win your division. When you get into the postseason, win that. You should be comfortable winning. And then, of course, it is all possible to make things happen once you get there. But you can't make it happen if you're not there. That's just the reality of it.
Because I will guarantee you right now, we're going to get a trade or two out of the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know for who. I don't know for what. I don't know when it'll happen. But they ain't going to make 20 picks in the next 2 drafts. That ain't happening, okay? So the question is how they're going to allocate their draft resources, how they're going to move around, who they're going to add, but they will be moving and shaking as they usually do in Philadelphia.
You know, at the time when the United States were ultra competitive and competing against the other nations, you know, that was the time when people say, okay, yeah, we can fly around the world. Yeah, we can go to the moon. And technically, we probably never went to the moon. But we can stage the moon landing. Yeah, we can do that. Because they did it only for the mindset that other nations was doing it, right? So what I'm getting at is if the Cowboys want to compete, we can't stay stagnant and sit on our hands and say, all right, hey, man, y'all know we still got 5 of them, right? And no one else got these 5 that's in this division. No, you got to be able to have your mindset on the sets of I need to get playmakers. I need to get difference makers. But before we do that, we got to take care of home. And where is home? Let's listen to this part right here from 105.3 The Fan on very much so Michael Parsons' contract. Let's listen to it right quick.
NFL insider Adam Schefter. He is joining us today to talk about a cause that is very close to his heart, which is early screening of type 1 diabetes ahead of T1D Day on April 15th. We're going to get into that with him. But we're also going to talk a little bit about the NFL draft, Micah Parsons, Aaron Rodgers, Tush Push, lots of topics that we're going to get into here with Adam Schefter. Adam, thanks so much for joining us today.
Bobby, RJ, how you doing today?
We're fantastic. So, first question, I just want to kind of jump off the Brian Schottenheimer hire that occurred this offseason for the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
What was your initial reaction to that? Were you surprised by the hire yourself? What do you think the league reaction was to that, and how prepared he is for this job?
Well, it was a Friday night, and I remember my phone ringing, and it happened to be Jerry Jones. And he starts going off about how Brian Schottenheimer's always been an assistant coach. He's always going to be an assistant coach, but and he goes on and on about Brian Schottenheimer, the assistant coach, and he stops, he pauses, he goes, but you know what? Brian Schottenheimer's an assistant coach no more. He's now the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And that was a big moment for Brian Schottenheimer, a big moment for the Dallas Cowboys. Might have surprised some people, but it certainly sounded like that was the way Jerry was going all along, and he just made it official that night, got the deal done. They figured out the numbers. And now Brian Schottenheimer is, in fact, as Jerry Jones said that night, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Is that normal for an owner to call you to break that?
Hey, let me put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Put a 1 in there. I want to make sure you guys can hear as we go over everything. And we got that sound bite, and we got some more things to come around. I really appreciate y'all so much, man. Moon footage always been suspect. Yeah, they need to do an update, right? It's crazy, man. Like the whole moon landing, like who gonna come back and get the camera guy? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the dude that I want to see on the moon landing. Like I want to see how he was able. This before 4K, 1080p, 720, I want to know. I want to know who the camera person was, right? That's just all I want to know. And how that little tent thing was able to get off of the moon, right? I know how they landed, but how was that little tent thing that looked like aluminum foil and stuff like that was able to get off of the moon, right? That's just always my thoughts, but neither here nor there. Shout out to my guys in Bahamas. Appreciate you. Come on with it.
You to break that news, or is that not?
It's always welcome. It's always encouraged. It's always.
Hold on. Is it Stanley Kubrick shot the footage? Yeah, but how he got down, like he got off of the moon, off the ship onto the moon. How he was able to set that up and bounce around. Boy, it's a lot. Boy, let me stop talking, man, for they're going to come knocking on my door over here in a few seconds. Come on, let's get law. Let's get them on up out of here,
Encouraged. It's always invited. So anytime an owner wants to call to give me the news of their hiring of a head coach, I invite them all to call anytime.
You don't have to two-source that one. That one.
Yeah, exactly. That's sort of that one. When you look at specifically the reaction to it, because there was a lot of, like you mentioned, he's had as much preparation as possible. I'm sure you've had interactions with Brian Schottenheimer over the years, just as long as he's been in the league. It seems like there's kind of a changing sense, at least from fans here, Dallas, like, all right, maybe we're willing to give this a shot. He seems to be saying the right things. He seems to be building a strong staff. Is there a case to be made that a guy like Schottenheimer, who's been in the Jets, been around the game for as long as he has, is probably better prepared to deal with all the things that come with Dallas than even other guys who have head coaching experience?
Well, he's been around so long, and he grew up the son of a head coach. He knows how this works, and I know it's a different day and age, and I know we're talking about media presence being as large as it's ever been, and social media playing a larger role, and certainly Marty Schottenheimer didn't have to deal with social media, but coaching football is coaching football. And Brian grew up at the lap of his father. He's watched all of this for years. He's watched this longer than most head coaches have been around the sport. So I can't imagine that doesn't serve him well over time.
No doubt. Shotty, when getting a chance to talk to him, he brings up that a lot. Like, although this is my first time in this role, but I've been around football for nearly 45 to 50 years, just being around football. So when I look at everything, and I know it's kind of sound like, hey, man, here's the Homer talk, man. I get it, man. I'm gonna hold my cup up for some Kool-Aid, Law. Can you pour it in here? No, but what I'm saying is it's just different. Yeah. Come on with it.
Talk with Adam Schefter here from ESPN. The NFL draft just days away. I'm curious, before we get to anything specific about the Cowboys on the draft, what is your overall take on the way things are setting up with the top 10? We've heard a lot about the Cam Ward potential with the Titans, or would the Titans potentially trade off? Seems like there's some growing buzz about Travis Hunter at number 2, the question of where Shedeur Sanders falls. What's kind of the story to you as we head into the draft?
Well, I think it will be where Shedeur Sanders winds up going, because it certainly feels like Cam Ward's going to go.
Let me fast forward. I don't care about Shedeur. I don't care about Cam. Come on. I'm getting to the Michael Parsons part.
How long before the draft, or how far out does that kind of silly season, kind of end, where you start to buy things that you're hearing versus this is just talking? We're trying to posture to have a player, have a market drop or rise on a player.
Well, I think it's always going on. Like, again, I mentioned the Cleveland Browns for a while. There were a lot of people around the league that thought they were going quarterback, then they thought they were going Abdul Carter. Now the feeling is it's Travis Hunter, and we'll see where they ultimately settle in. And I've said this to players over the years, in the lead up to the draft, over time, players are a little bit like stocks. You see a stock go up, you see them go down. Maybe not as dramatic as the stock market these days.
Yeah, right.
But you're seeing players' stock rise and fall over nothing. And that's what happens. Like a player's hot or his value's rising, right? And then sometimes it sinks. Sometimes it keeps rising. Sometimes it's sinking all along. Like, when we started this, it felt like Shedeur Sanders was the top-rated quarterback. So I guess you could say his stock has dropped some, but he's still going to be a 1. He's still going to be a high pick. He's still going to be probably the second quarterback pick. But, I would have thought all year long he would have been number 1, and something changed along
Salute,
the way.
Alex. Appreciate you.
Adam Schefter joining us here, 105 to the Fan. We are maddened by how the Cowboys seem to operate. They just operate at their own pace.
Before they go into that good topic here, put a 1 in the chat if you somehow gotten the notification for the nation. Put a 1 in there for me. Let me know if y'all getting these notifications.
Operate at their own pace. They look at the market their own way. What is the talk around the league about how the Cowboys do business with their contracts and stuff?
I think there's probably a lot more talk within Dallas about how the Cowboys operate than there is across the league. I think people across the league are kind of concerned about their own jobs. They've got enough to worry about without having to worry about how another team operates. Everybody's always paying attention to Dallas. There's always more eyeballs on the Cowboys because they're the Cowboys, but I don't know that it's like people saying, well, what are they doing? If we're going to look at it last offseason, I think people felt like they should have done CD and Dak sooner, but they didn't, and they got them done. And now I guess you're leading up to Micah Parsons, and him and Micah and Jerry were having conversations, and it certainly sounded like they were getting closer to a deal, but the agent wasn't involved, and now the agent's going to be involved, as an agent is on these deals of that magnitude. So that deal may get done sooner than Dax or CDs, and we'll see how it all works out.
No doubt. Quick moments of silence to my guy north of the border. He said his father passed away this past Saturday. Thank you for everything that you do. And I appreciate you for being here on the show. And I know how it goes when you lose a loved one. It always feel like no one on this planet can feel your pain. But trust and believe, man, it's multitudes of people going through the same thing. All right, so no notification today. Wow. Make sure, man, y'all press that button notification and then unpress it. Let's see if that can fix it. Yeah.
And we'll see how it all works out.
How often in your experience with dealing with things around the league, we talked about, were there a lot of hurt feelings with Todd France, for instance, on Dak's last contract negotiation? And is that why maybe that was a tough negotiation, things like that? Do things ever get a little more like, I don't like this agent or I don't like this front office, and so I'm going to be a little tenser? Or do they generally just say, this is business and we're going to approach it that way?
Well, I think both. I think sometimes agents rub teams the wrong way. Teams rub agents the wrong way. That happens. I don't know that maybe that happened on the Dak deal. I don't know. But that's a natural. That's the job of an agent, is to kind of extract the best deal, which goes against what the team wants. So inevitably, there's going to be disagreements between those two sides. It's almost set up for them not to agree, and that's
just how it is, man. That agent fighting for that 4 or 7%, whatever that percentages are of the contracts, and they fighting to continue for you to play. They got to let you know that, at the end of the day, Jerry and Steven will still be here with their careers, with their monies already in line. The NFL stands for not for long. And you can't continue to ask for a pretty much give them a discount on your services. You can't. And I get it. I can't stand the salary cap thing because I know I'm damn near too smart to know that is all make believe. Man, everybody in the chat wish we had a life that the government, Uncle Sam give us a salary cap. Yeah. And then every year it goes up automatically. Man, boy, we would love that. And that's what the NFL got. And they do revenue sharing. Everybody gets the same piece of the pie. The Saints get the same thing that the Cowboys get. The Cowboys get the same thing that the Eagles, or the Eagles get the same thing that Bengals. That revenue sharing stuff, It's equivalent to, we all know that right now we are in the desert parts of the season, right? But everybody knows that talking about the Cowboys carries the weight of the NFL. Nobody gives a dog about what the Bills are doing right now, the Rams, the Ravens to a degree, right? But they tuning in. You mention boys, and all of a sudden you don't even have to put the cow on it, and it's going to get some tractions. It's just how it is, unfortunately. And we still got to split the revenue. That's crazy. It's a good plan if you in it. If you one of them lucky 32 owners out here, you lucky. Yeah, no fun. Not for long, Lee. Yeah, shoot. Can you imagine if all businesses, all fast food restaurants was like that? Chick-fil-A, Burger King, McDonald's. And they say it doesn't matter how much good customer service you get from Chick-fil-A versus a Burger King or, let me name another one, Arby's. We brings the meat, We all gonna get the same revenue. It's gonna be split evenly. And here you are busting your chops off to be the best burger joint in town, and you're not going to get any differences from anyone else. That's crazy. Yeah, revenue sharings keep a team in Green Bay. Yeah, sure. I denounce all of I want to abolish the revenue sharing. We'll see who real king is out here, I want to get rid of the damn salary cap. Yeah, baseball doing it, right? They doing something like that. For all of the baseball lovers, y'all let me know how they do theirs,
And that's just a byproduct of the way the system is. But I don't think that's unusual. Like, we could go through any big contract negotiation. You think the Bengals were really pleased with Rocky Arsenault, who represent? I don't think so. So, that's just the way it kind of operates.
Bengals. Yeah.
Do you anticipate? Obviously, they're at a standstill right now. Do you think that you would anticipate, say, hey, just like other deals that the Cowboys have done in the past, Micah Parsons would probably by week one, they'd say, let's just go ahead and wrap this up? Or is it just too unpredictable given where things are at right now?
No, I would say that eventually both sides will figure that deal out and get it done. That would be my guess. There's so much money involved, and, Dallas is going to want to keep him. He's going to want to stay.
Right.
I'm sure, like, when you're talking about $40+ million a year or whatever the number is, why are you ever stepping foot on a football field until that deal is done? So to me, they'll figure out a way to get that done because the stakes are just too great not to.
Adam, Bobby is he's anti-tush push. He wants that thing banned. I'm cool with it. I would like to see the Lions playoff seeding proposal pass through and the change. Is either likely to happen?
Yeah, well, I think the tush push is on the way out. I think that when they table that, it's just a setup to get more votes to be able to overturn it and change the language on it so that, I don't think you'll see the tush push in the National Football League in 2025. That's my guess as we go into the May meeting in Minneapolis. The playoff seeding, it just seems like that's very extreme, and not to say it can't happen. That would surprise me more. Like I said, the tush push is on the way out. The playoffs.
What was the proposal of the playoff thing that the Lions are doing? They're going to have to give us some details of that. Do y'all know what was the actual proposal? Like, what do the Lions want as a playoff game? Is it taking away the seeding, right? Is it just the best records get in there, regardless of your conference?
Way out, the playoff seeding, I think there's probably a lot more work there to be done before any decisions are made.
Before we get into this outreach that you're doing, trying to get people screened I'm curious your thoughts on what the Cowboys are looking at as they head into the draft. They've got the 12th pick, a lot of uncertainty ahead of them.
Come on, tell us who they got.
They are targeting right now, whether it be just
Okay, Ace Boogie, man, appreciate you, man. You're a good one. You're a real one, dog. What's good? He says, okay. He says seeding based on records. Okay. And here's why I would say, I'm going to listen to Adam on this, because if Jerry Jones calls him and tell him, what they about to do, then what are the odds of Jerry Jones calling him of saying, okay, this is who we really like, right? But don't tell nobody. Because I get those type of conversations all the time. Yeah. Matthew says best records get home game, I believe. Yeah. No, I like the way it's set up the way it is. Yeah. You win your damn division, they give you an incentive to win your divisions for your home game. Yeah, I like the way it is, so you win your division, you get that home game. I don't like the way they trying to switch it up. But this is what I'm going to get at with Adam. If Jerry Jones called him and told him about X, Y, and Z things, right? What are the odds of him telling him, yeah, man, we're going to definitely go with this person at 12, but don't tell nobody. Because I know if you say it, I know where it came from. That type of conversation. So I'm quite sure they do this all the time.
Now, whether it be just a position or if maybe there's a couple players that stand out.
Because I got some.
Well, I think when you're the Dallas Cowboys, you got to find a way to somehow come up with a cornerback, another cornerback, because there's some questions there. I think that they certainly could use another running back, as everybody knows, and it's a deep running back draft.
Two.
So this is the right draft to need a running back, and I still think they'll add a wide receiver
3
by the time draft weekend comes and goes. So those, to me, are 3 positions that stand out. They're far from the only ones. Certainly they could use another offensive lineman. Certainly they could use more defensive line. Like, you can use help everywhere, let's be honest.
Yeah, we can use help everywhere. Yeah. So at the end of the day, man, close your ears, but don't wash under your underarms and forget your nuts, So you got to wash all of the areas, At the end of the day, the Cowboys been only washing that one area, But when you going to let them hang? You're going to have to clean that up. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, hey, this right here can get rid of a lot of things as far as that odor, and it can last up to 72 hours, and you got to stay in control. Let's talk about control. And first and foremost, I'm talking about control body odor, and that's anywhere. And all you have to do is shop.mando and get $5 off of your starter pack, and that's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go. I use this body wash odor control, full body control with Mando. They have the product here, and they also have deodorant that you apply under the arm for 72 hours of odor control. You want to be in control. And speaking of control, they also have the product that you can apply all over the body, the invisible cream, and it also fights for 72 hours. Look, it's all about being in control. And with Mando, man, they control body odor anywhere. All you have to do is shop.mando, get $5 off your starter pack. That's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go, and let's stay in control of your odor. I love it.
Let's go, man!
Oh, my God. Chill Mo D. Yeah, fresh armpits and stale nuts is diabolical. Come on, you know I'm telling the truth, man. Yeah. I'm just gonna get these right quick, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Law, what's your PayPal? I told you, I got you. OMG. Pay to the pow. It's in the description box. If you click on the link in the description box, I have to, and I'm supposed to have that on deck. But if not, it should be strolling somewhere down here, PayPal link. And I really appreciate not a few things that you do, but I appreciate all the things that you do. Come on with it.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
All right, so look, that's the reality of it. You got to make sure you hit on all of the surfaces there.
Everywhere, let's be honest.
Everywhere.
But if I'm looking at three positions that stand out to me, corner, running back, wide receiver.
Corner, running back, and wide out. When we look at the Cowboys, let me see if I can find this list. I got my 30 visit list brought to you by ChatGPT. Salute to ChatGPT, because I asked him, I said, man, what are the 30 people that they brought in? And he said cornerback, running back, wide receiver. So they brought in Shavon Revels. They worked out Kendall Paul. They like Andre Makabuka. Yeah, how you say that man's name? I'm messing up his name. Law is not welcome here. You know, they brought in him. And far as running backs, they brought in Ashton Genty. I'm only calling out the notable names. Damian Martinez, right? Ollie Gordon the second. I'm thinking that they also looking at the Caleb kid. Was it from Iowa? Now, he's intriguing because he ran a slow 40 time at the combine, but he ran a nice 40 time at Pro Day. I'm just going to bump all of that and just look at the tape. And that kid from Iowa, it only depends, and I ain't talking about the diapers, on how they move with that. Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's only depends, man, on how they move with that. Ollie Gordon, I've seen him fall. They brought in Travion Henderson. They brought in Quinshawn Judkins. Who remember that? They brought in Bashor Tutton, you know. Yeah, they brought in Omarion, not the dancer, but Hampton. So out of all of that list of players, who do y'all want? You know, who do y'all want for your Cowboys with the silver and blue and the star on the side of the helmet? Mr. Soulful states that Caleb Johnson reminds him of DeMarco Murray. They saying that a lot about Omarion too. Omarion is better to me than DeMarco Murray. See, we had DeMarco Murray, we didn't know how to use him. We used DeMarco Murray for 1 year, year and a half basically, and got rid of him. Right? It was time to pay him. They're like, "No, we good. We ain't gonna pay him." And sent him all the way to the Eagles somewhere, you know. And he got into a fight with our kicker, you know, the time we tried to stiff form our kicker. Y'all remember that? But DeMarco Murray did have a very successful year in 2014 outside of playing basketball with the football. And then Randall talking about Joseph, I believe his last name, is talking about meat still on the bone. As he's still in draws and cologne. That all rhymes for your mind. And that was a crazy year. That was a crazy year. And then all of a sudden, the guy that stole draws and cologne, who's talked about meat on the bone, whiff on a block and got my guy Tony Romo collarbone gone. Boy, that's all rhyming. Boy, y'all better watch out, Migos and all of those rappers. Y'all mumble rappers, y'all better watch out, because I just wrapped that one up tight. Yeah. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, if we do get this running back, any of these running backs will fit our philosophy. Yes, indeed. Randall was a klepto. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. He was klepto. He was draws and cologne. You know, I know what happened. He was on that shot. He was on that hot date, and he done shorted. He should have had Mendo. They even got the wipes. Check out the website. You know, but poems, freestyle poems. Y'all better watch out. Yeah, man was tripping, man. Got us all hit up that year. Boy, we was the laughing stock. This was the Cowboys for 2015. Boy, that was the 2015 Cowboys, by the way. Hey, we led the league in rushing for majority of the year, had no quarterback, and we topped it off with third ranking in rushing. Yeah. But still, them boys, too many running backs to reach for first in the first round. Get it out the way. Why play around with it? That's all I'm saying, still, them boys. Why play around with your food? Get it out the way. Go get your running back. Because there was a clip one time. And I'm going to try to find this clip. And it's the lions in the Serengeti, right? No lions are really in the jungle, by the way. And they had the female lions. They was watching this herd just running by. And they said, hey, it's so many of those water buffaloes. I forgot what kind of herd it was. And they were just sitting there watching them go by, Maybe I get this one. Maybe I go get that one. Maybe I go get this one. And then all of a sudden you seen that male lion just went on ahead and got him. I'm going to find that clip and I'm going to talk about it, right? So what I'm saying is, don't watch this entirety of the draft go by and you say, well, I can go get one in the third. Well, I can go get one in the fifth. I can go get me this deep class. I can go get one in the sixth. No, go ahead and get it. Yeah. Go ahead and get your herd right now. The king of the safari, the Serengeti, slow feet don't eat. Yeah, so go ahead and get your running back and be done with it. So if this draft class is fully loaded with running backs, they get the top of the top. Yeah, I want mine first, Yeah, just like when Popeyes came out with them chicken sandwiches and everything. Yeah, you get it first. But then they start watering it down, after a month went by. Don't get it then. People falling out like Family Guy. Yeah, because they got tired of making them chicken sandwiches. Y'all remember the chicken sandwiches? Yeah. Boy, if you'd have got it first, boy, you'd have got the good part. But if you're getting them now, they just taste like old bologna and stale meat, But all of that stuff matters. Go get it first. Be the Ray J, Cowboys. Be the Ray J's of the running backs of this class. Make a whole song about it. I hit it first. Yeah, don't play around with it. Yeah, get your name out there and claim your prize. Don't wait too late. Now, look at Kardashians. Nobody want. Ooh, I'm talking too loud.
Week 1 of next year, is Rodgers in the league?
I would think so, yeah. My guess would be that Aaron Rodgers is in the league, but...
Oh, man, Aaron Rodgers, they switched over, so I'm going to switch over. I ain't talking no more to them guys over there, Woody, man, law, you a fool, man. Y'all know. Holly know I'm telling the truth over here, man. Go and get it in first, man. Shoot, it got hot one day last week, and it got back cold over here in Texas. They opened up that snow cone spot down the street from where I'm at. Yeah. Shoot. Kids like, Daddy, I want some snow cones. Don't worry, we're going to pull up there. We're going to get the first scoop of that ice cream or the snow things. Man, Daddy, you the best. I said, you got to put in remember, And the kids be saying, remember. Yeah. Get that snow cone first. Don't be waiting long in that line for it's all going to be good, but, man, it's better when you get it first. Ain't that right, y'all? NJ. Wait a minute. Hold on, Angie. What you said, what Dad and them, Law, my dad told me to tell you, like wolf kitties, my mom used Mando and my dad used Atlas, the flexible head, They say it works wonders. And did they use promo code LAW? That's all I need to know too, Angie. Did they use promo code LAW? I'm glad that I'm able to get a household fully covered with the Mando and the House of Atlas. Appreciate you so much, Angie. That made me smile. And they didn't wait It's a lot of Mandos and Atlases out there, but they made sure that they went and got it fresh and first. Come on with it. So that's what I'm talking about. Hey, Angie already know that's how she got here, from mama and daddy and them, for doing that Atlas and Mandoing, you know. So come on with it. Shit, I'm too crazy, baby. With that being said, let's listen to my guy over here. Mina Kimes shows a conversational piece about Matthew Golden. Let's listen to it.
All right. Dallas Cowboys are picking at 12. I'm going to give you one player who I've seen linked to them quite a bit and one who I haven't, but I just want to throw this out here. We're going to put up, and I don't think we've talked about either of these players. Matthew Golden, the Texas receiver. That's the one who I see linked to Dallas a lot, with the assumption that McMillan is gone. Right. And then I'm going to put in Colston Loveland here. I know that they have tight ends already on their roster, but I'm just going to throw that out there. What if you believe he's the best pass catcher?
Emotional, damn
more
it.
than Golden? I don't know.
Wait, Mina. Settle down a little bit. Now, he may be the next Tony Gonzalez, you know. I don't know what the future holds for that tight end. But it don't have to be a tight nor an end over here on the first pick of the Cowboys 2025 draft. No way, Jose. No way. Now, Mina, we really respect your analysis, but I don't want a tight end here. Come on. Look like we the Michigan boys, if that's the case. If we draft, don't y'all know how much moving of furniture it would be if the Cowboys do draft that tight end? I'd probably lose my beard. Oh, excuse me. I might lose my mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't know which one would be worse. You know? Come on, let me rewind. Maybe she's lying to us. Love lad, you know. Oh, my God.
It's a lot, with the assumption that McMillan is gone. Right. And then I'm going to put in Colston Loveland here. I know that they have tight ends already on their roster, but I'm just going to throw that out there. What if you believe he's the best pass catcher? What if you like him more than Golden? I don't know if you do. That's something you would consider investing in.
Yeah, I know. I think that's interesting because you can make the case Loveland is the best pass catcher, pure pass catcher available at this point. I do think that they want to go offense here. They want to add some type of weapon, whether that ends up being Genty, whether that ends up being, can McMillan fall this far? I'm going to go chalk, and I'm going to go with Golden. I think it's more traditional for what they want to do on offense. I don't know that they're going to think that.
Did you hear his response? Let me rewind just in case. He he tried to be nice. Hold on. And I like Mina. Now, Mina my girl. But watch how he go, yeah. I love his response. She is tripping though. Yeah. She tripping, you know. Here's my PayPal link just in case you guys want to venture over to my PayPal. There you go, Angie. There you go. But here's what he got right here. Hold on.
The best pass catcher, pure pass catcher available at this point. I do think that they want to go offense here. They want to add some type of weapon, whether that ends up being Genty, whether that ends up being, can McMillan fall this far? I'm going to go chalk, and I'm going to go with Golden. I think it's more traditional for what they want to do on offense. I don't know that they're going to think that much outside the box with how they're going to use a guy like Loveland when they've already have tight ends on the roster. So I think Golden, with the way that he played down the stretch at Texas, what he did at his pro day, what he did at the combine, he has just been a consistent riser, not only for those of us maybe in the media, but for teams as well. Teams they were glowing about his pro day performance with what he did in Austin. So I think that Golden, good chance to be one of the first two receivers drafted. And I think at number 12 to Dallas is certainly a potential landing spot for him.
I can live with the Matthew Golden. I can live with that. Let me know if y'all can live with that as well. A Matthew Golden and these sorts of things. Appreciate you so much, Angie. Thank you so much for your support for the $20 holla. Appreciate you so much. Come on with it. Y'all put y'all hands together for Angie. Yes, indeed. She's been taking great care.
Take the money out!
of the nation.
Come on! You're wasting my time now. Come on!
Come on! Jeez. Here's my take on Golden. We talked about this last night. Maybe I have to clip it, and I don't want nobody to shoot no knives or no guns. We just had a healthy debate at my brother's from another mother. Boss Cowboys Sports. DOC. You know what I'm saying? I wish Big Game James was in there because I don't know his stance on do he want a offensive lineman. And I can hear Big Game James say, man, we don't want no damn offensive lineman. That's how he would say it too, you know. I'm just paraphrasing, trying to talk like Big Game. But when they talk about Booker, right? When they talk about Amand or Amand or Makumbu, how do you say that kid's name, from Missouri, and we talk about Joshua Simmons, and we talk about any offensive lineman that the Cowboys can think of, ain't none of that stuff will be like a 4.29 guy on the other side of CD Lamb. And on top of that, all I need for this brother to do is to win his one-on-ones, because when they shade or roll coverage, or if they try to bracket, because they definitely ain't going to try to bracket Golden, when they try to do all of that, and I'm not saying that Golden is the end-all be-all, because we still need run game. If you do that and you have a precise plan of action, that is harder. That is harder to defend versus another guard. Because you can have it protected and have all of those seconds and still throw the ball to Jalen, what's his name, Brooks, and he slipped. I'm slipping and I'm falling and I can't get up. You know, that brother will slip and slide. I said, man, he got them yum-yums on. You know, I heard that MJ trying to get, and I'm talking about Michael Jordan, not the MJ that called us in. He's getting a new brand of some damn Crocs. You know, it looked like he had Crocs on out there. So, no, I will not want to get that for the Dallas Cowboys. Malachi Starks at 12, I feel you. Starks is a good guy for me, but I don't think that 12th would be the spot in the reasoning for us. Just to talk about appearances here, we do have Overshown with a new number, and he will be Agent Zero. I think that is a good thing for the Cowboys to recognize and stay in tune with times, right? I've been saying 13 is a number that I don't even wear. If it's 1 and a 3, I don't even look at it as much. A 3-1, I look at it. If it's the 13th floor of an elevator somewhere in the building, I'm stopping off at 12. I'm getting out. I'm walking up the stairs to the 14th floor. You know, I ain't going on the 13. There's something about that 13. I guarantee you, if Dan Marino wore 11 or 12 or 14, he had 3 Super Bowls. But by Dan Marino wearing 13, oh my God. Did Dan Marino wear 13? Somebody help me out. That was Dan Marino number, wasn't it? Yeah, that 13, man. Name me the successful players in NFL history with number 13. I need to do some research. Somebody pull that up to that AI machine. You know, Joe Milton will now rock 13. Don't do that, Joe. Don't do it, Joe. Yeah, my daughter does now, though. My bad. I'm just saying, you know, no offense to 13, you know. Yeah, Odell Beckham, but I wonder how that, yeah, he got him a ring, though, huh? Beckham and them. Maybe I'm reaching on the 13. Kurt Warner did wear 13. Yeah, he got him 1 ring. Kurt Warner would have 5 Super Bowl rings if he didn't wear that damn 13. Yeah. Devin Overton says define success. define success, I always say success is subjective. Right? Can y'all all agree that success is, and 13 still causes him to have injuries? Yeah, I see you on there. And no offense to 13. If you like 13, if that's your number, man, you know, I mean, who am I to say, you know? Yeah. Dan Marino did wear 13. I know I wasn't crazy. Yeah. Elway wore 7, right? Kind of remember my mind going crazy. Success is very subjective. To some people, $50,000 a year is everything. Like, if I could make $50,000 a year, but to some people, $50,000 a month is a slow month. It all depends on how you look at which side of the spectrum you on, right? You know, making $100,000 a year, you think that's gold, right? Some people making $100,000 a year, man, you're living on the street somewhere, especially in these bigger cities. You can't afford to live the lifestyle that you want. So that's why I say success is very, very subjective. And when you're looking at analysis of this team, the Cowboys, Jerry Jones in his mind thinks that we've been successful, even though it's been 30 years, 30 seasons, right? Not to beat him up over that, but he can still walk around and say, well, technically, Law, we are the 6th winningest team in the National Football League. Well, that's something that, you know, we don't really brag home and bring home to, you know. Jerry says, I need to pay $50,000 per day. You know, yeah, that would be crazy. $50,000 a month is nice. Yeah. Skeptical. Don Maynard, number 13. Okay. All right. Good situation there. Jerry knows standards. Brock Purdy wears 13. So Brock Purdy will be what? 2-time champ or 1-time champ if he wore 12 or something else. Keenan Allen wears 13. Yeah. Crazy money, right? Crazy money. Like, what is success? Like, somebody can look at Law and say, oh, man, he got a successful YouTube channel. But compared to Mr. Beast, man, he done had 100 subscribers and one day I've seen we gonna get 100,000 subscribers in one day. Yeah, so it's just depending on how you look at it. But comparison is the thief of all joys, right? So you got to always consider that, you know, because we got 5 rings and there's another organization that got 2 of them. But if you just talking to them, you would never know the difference, right? You know, yes, indeed, boy, you would never know the difference. For example, Joe Milton, before he got to the Cowboys, nobody cared. Nobody cares. But now, since he been traded to the Cowboys, Law, do you have any truth to that? Yeah, I got you. Yeah, Joe Milton. Card sales for $10K on eBay after the trade for Cowboys, after he was traded for the Cowboys. Do any of y'all got the Joe Milton cards? Come on, man. I know one of y'all like them coming out of Tennessee. Yeah, man. Hook a brother up with one of them 10 bands, you know. There's only one thing that matters in the NFL, and that's championships, okay? Trophies. You're right. That's the one thing. So I remember, Walker, you were saying you about 34, 35, right? And you was a little child when we won that one. So you didn't get a chance to have that moment, right? And I get what you're going through. The only thing that matters is that ring. But there are faces longer than Jay Leno's chin of the Kansas City Chiefs players on the sidelines, mad and angry that they lost that Super Bowl versus the Eagles. So what I'm getting at is that even though they had the rings, they still want more. And you got to have that pit in your stomach to have that want and that desire. Speaking of this, I let this topic matter go away a little too fast, but I'm gonna circle back to it, and it's dealing with my guy, Michael Parsons and Jaylen Brown. I'm gonna tie this in because not everybody is equipped to have this knowledge. Now, Jaylen Brown, to be fair to him, he grew up very, very, he's one of the smartest kids growing up in the school. I don't know about Parsons. I don't know him like that. But I would tell you guys that this is a situation that we just got to hear. Hold on.
When I entered the draft, no, I didn't have an agent. I'm probably the highest pick selected ever that didn't enter with an agent.
Why you ain't have an agent?
And I went through the whole process and sat with a bunch of people, and what they was offering, I didn't really need for real. A lot of the agents came and was like, yeah, we're gonna move you to LA, we'll get you a trainer, put some money in your pocket, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, do I gotta get that money back? They were like, nah, but you know, standard agent fee is 4%.
4%.
So I'm starting to do the math, and a house, car, and all that, whatever you was offering is a lot less than what 4% would have been. So long story short, the math wasn't mathing for me because I came in like that. The agents, they tried to like slander my name a little bit, put it in the media that he's too this, he's too that. It ended up backfiring, but you know, it all worked out in the end.
You said you leaned on the union. What game did the union give you?
All the players in the NBA pay dues.
This is a real good nugget right here. This is the education for the nation right here. I know a lot of people say, hey, we just want to hear the football sides of it. But for context, listen to what he's saying. Just for context, we ain't got nothing else to do this off season. Come on with it.
Y'all pay like $10,000 or something like that out of our salary. That goes to hiring lawyers, hiring, just staff, CEO, everything that you need to lead a company, just that works for us. So all of that is our resources that we all pay for, that we agree to. So once I learned that, I just started using it.
So you mean to tell me, if anybody have any issues in the NBA, they could just go to the players union and they handle anything for you?
For sure. Security, I'm talking about you can get, private investigations done. They give referrals for financial advisors. They have a list of approved.
You get a trust done.
All type of stuff.
Yeah.
Foundation-wise, health insurance, whatever you need. They have a liaison that's paid to make sure that you get it done.
Yeah.
So I put it on their desk like, I need you to get this done. And they do.
That probably was one of the smartest decisions you ever made, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you look at it like you may be ruffling a few feathers because you not doing it the traditional way? Who is he to think he don't need an agent?
1,000%. I hope I ruffle all the feathers, like all of them, because it's a bunch of players. The agency model isn't working. It's a bunch of players going broke when they retire.
Right.
Man, he finna drop some gems. Now, the football league is worse. Like, y'all see people with these big headlines. I know players that hit me up and said, hey, man, ex-players, by the way, not current players. Hey, man, you hiring? I'm like, damn, nah, you hiring. You the one with I saw you get all of that millions of dollars. Man, I don't got it. How, Sway? How? I'm trying to get it out of the mud like you. Listen to what he gonna say with this.
60% of players within the first 10 years are losing majority of their wealth. Like within 10 years of retiring from the NBA, after making millions of dollars, players are going broke,
right,
etc. You can blame the athlete, or maybe they living expenses, of course, but they was 18 or 19-year-old when they came into wealth, and the people that represented them didn't help them handle that to no capacity or care to. You know what I mean? After they get you and they get in your pocket, they just go get the next one and get in his pocket.
Right, absolutely.
And this is what I'm going to stand on. And this could be controversial. I don't care. If you can't help me at 18 or 19-year-old to maintain my wealth, build a legacy, and keep what I'm earning and be able to influence me on my decision-making, you shouldn't be representing me in the first place. That ain't normal. You get millions of dollars and now you broke.
Yeah.
And the people that's representing you can't even pick up the phone now.
Right.
That's incredible to me. So like, nah, these people, have continued to do that, and it's going to continue. They're going to continue to do it. They're getting taken advantage of.
You didn't have no agent when you went?
When I entered the draft, no.
So he said that, they got a liaison, a person that can really help them out in so many ways under their players union that they pay for, by the way. I think he's saying like 10 bands a month. That's a lot of money there. Shoot, that's a lot of money. Utilize your services, man. Some people living in places where they got amenities and all of these things, man, and don't even use them, right? I heard that the NFL do have a call service, like a Uber Black services or Lyft services, Lyft Black or whatever. Whereas all they had to do is make a call and they'll pick them up. There should be zero zilch DUIs for any player in the National Football League. They got that already. They even pay for it, right? So, and I get it, you're alpha male, you're out there, you're in the crowds, you're in the groove. The one thing that you don't want to do is not be in control of your circumstances, right? And that is one of the major things that we have to touch upon with any player dealing with contracts and things of that nature. So it is for what it is. But speaking of that, I want to share this with you all, if possible. Buddy Johnson is having his second annual football camp. It will be Building the Kingdom in Champions. And let me see if I can pull this up as my graphics come together. On and off the field, register on the website. And I will get that all out to y'all. But it's on the 31st of May, so you got a little bit whiles to go. I will be there in the building. We will have refreshments and stuff like that, but this is catering towards the youth from 7 to 13 years of age. Now, last year we had a few coaches to come out to support Buddy Johnson's initiative. I think that as of now, he's the only guy. He grew up in Oak Cliff. He's the only guy. Shout out to Oak Cliff, man. Oak Cliff got all of the stars, man. Every time I hear people out, they say, yeah, I'm from Oak Cliff. I say, everybody from Oak Cliff, man, in Dallas. Oak Cliff is a big area, big neighborhood. Everybody competitor. You can rap, sing, dance, jump, play football. You coming out of Oak Cliff. Shout out to Oak Cliff. If you from Oak Cliff, put it in the chat. That's on this team, too, by the way. So a lot of people like, hey, Law, how you get a chance to be in the same area with Dak? Well, it wasn't that. Dak was just going out there supporting Osa, right? Law, how you get a chance to meet Coach Matt Eberflus? Well, we go to these events and coaches be there. So I'm not saying to come out to this event so you be like, yeah, buddy, man, I like you, man, but let me go holler at this coach over here. Hey, coach! Come holler at me right quick, Coach Matt Eberflus. Come on with it, No, but at the end of the day, he's putting on a great cause, the second annual football camp. Last season, they had the Coach Bone Fossil out there helping out, being a good helping hand, and that's how you get things going the best way possible. So, yeah. It's Oak Cliff, the trenches, man. Shoot, come on, man. It's the best place in the world to stay at. Carter Boys for life, boy. Let me get y'all support over here, man. Y'all, shout out to Oak Cliff Inn. I saw that. Is that a good place to stay from y'all? I saw it off of 35 there. Let me know if Oak Cliff Inn is the best place to be at. Keep supporting Law Nation. Shout out to you, Heavy. Yeah, I can't say the last name, but I see you. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Oak Cliff, the trenches. West Dallas. Come on with it. Shout out to Oak Cliff. OC in the house. That's what it is. Carter Boys for life, This is how that goes, man. And I appreciate all of you all for jumping in. And speaking of jumping in, if this happened to you, and you guys know where I'm going, right? If this happened to you, because we're rolling for a minute, right? If this happened to you.
In the car.
At Fair Park, Dallas. Hold on. Is Fair Park close to Oak Cliff? You know, y'all let me know if Fair Park, is it close or near or somewhere by Oak Cliff? But shout out to Fair Park, Dallas.
Oh, man. What you doing, trying to take the keys out the ignition? Yeah. I don't think that's a good idea. What you gonna take the keys out the ignition for? The car is fucked. What you gonna do? You gonna drive it off of her in the morning or something? Just leave it till the morning.
Yeah, just leave that.
Take your keys out and come get it out the pole in the morning, all right?
Oh, boy.
You all right, man? Yeah. All right. Well, hold it down. What you gonna do? You gonna pull the car? You finna hop back.
He finna hop back in there, y'all.
You got back in the car?
Yo, mans.
I don't. What in the?
Know who he need to call, y'all? He need to call, man. One of the people that I know who he need to call, y'all. Who do he need to call? Come on, y'all. Y'all help me out in the chat. Fair Park is South Dallas. Shout out to South Dallas. Come on with it. I need to know my terrain. Come on with it. But y'all, he need to call.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's 214 or 817 and all of the threes you can dial. And they make an assist with that particular situation. They are located here in the hearts of Dallas. They got a combined of 100 years of experiences. They know the terrain, the geo-locations of everything. They got that in their back pocket. Yeah. Fair Park is close to South Dallas. They would know exactly how they can work that particular case out for you. Now, if you can't dial that number, be sure to check out FrenkelFirm.com. Got my main bar. I go to the Oak Cliff. That's my hood. That's Walker Wade. So he's saying he goes to the Oak Cliff. Now, Walker, that ain't you in that clip, right? You know, that ain't you.
Lisa.
Lisa,
gotta come see this.
Lisa. That dude would be crazy as all get out. But there is a hotline for your mind, 657-390-7391. That's the hotline for your mind to call law. So let me know who y'all want out of this particular draft. Appreciate you for your support, Walker Wade. Come on with it. Dallas is wild right now. Come on with it. From the 254, you're live on the nation. Brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Hey, on Nathan.
What's good with you, John? How you living, man?
Nothing much. Hey, that.
You got to turn me down. I'm hearing myself saying, Lisa. Turn me down in the background, man. Yes. What's good with you, John? How you living?
I watching you on TV.
Oh, wow. That's dope, man. Watching law on TV is a good thing. Yes, indeed.
What do you think about our new quarterback?
Joe Milton, I think that he can throw the ball from here to Fair Park, and knock that car off that pole right there. He got a strong arm. I think that Joe Milton is going to fit right on in. We're going to get some classical highlights from Oxnard. It's going to be very magical to see. I think that if he can work on his accuracy, anytime you're 6'5" and you turn a backward flip, I know that he's athletic. I know that he can probably make every throw, but he's going to have to work on his accuracy and touch, and everything else will fit right on in with Joe. By the time this time next year or beyond, we may be able to do something with him.
I heard some rumors that Prescott they trying to cut that Prescott.
Oh, nah, they're not going to eat that much money. It's too much money for them to cut Dak Prescott. You're talking about a $250 million of contracts that they owe left on his contract or something like that. So, John, he's going to be here. He's office furniture at least until 2027 to 2028. So he's going to be here for a minute.
We got two quarterbacks now.
Yeah, we got three of them. We got Will Grier, Joe Milton, and then Dak Prescott. They may add another camp arm, look for an undrafted quarterback to come into the fold, John. But outside of that, those are your three. I just need for us to find another wide receiver, running back, defensive tackle now, and cornerback. Those are my four areas of need right there, John.
Running back, we should do need a good running back.
Yes, indeed. We definitely, John, we need, matter of fact, we need a great running back. I'm going beyond good. But I will settle for a good one right now until they be turned into great. But for right now, the Cowboys, in my opinion, needs to have another spot at their running back. And it could very much so happen. But John, before I let you go, get one more thing in before I let you go.
I couldn't hop on the line a couple weeks and because I was sick and I was in a hospital having surgery.
Well, it's good to hear you, and I'm glad that you sound like you're out of the hospital, John, and I'm glad that hopefully you're going through a speedy recovery and you get ready for the Super Bowl. Well, not Super Bowl. Well, we can't say that. Well, get ready for the season, John. Appreciate you, John. Appreciate you, John. Thank you so much. Let me hear you say it, bro.
How about to go Cowboys, DC4L?
Yes, indeed. That's my guy, John, man. Oh, my God. He had me over here thinking Super Bowl. Let that happen. I'm going to reclip this one and be like, see, I told you, But prayers for John. That's my guy, man. He's a Hall of Famer in my mind. All right. And blessings that he's able to get up from out of that hospital. Any surgery is a major surgery. It could be a hangnail, and I'm sitting there like, hey, I'm about to go to surgery. Why hangnail? Ingrown toenail hair, something like that. Man, these toes, right? It's a major surgery. And I'm glad to hear him and being able to go through and talk football. Cowboy Nation, I got another caller from John to the 206. Magic City, MJ, Marv, Coach Marv, all of the names that he may have from the 206. You in the mix, man. Talk to me.
What up, Lord Nathan? How you doing?
Man, great, man. I'm doing well, man. I can't complain, bro.
Oh, I'm good, too. Oh, no, man, we good. I'm just saying, you guys don't panic. You know, it's only April. You got the draft.
Yep.
They're going to get a halfback. They're going to get another receiver. They're going to get another D-tackle. They're going to get another corner. I'm not worried about that. I just want to see who we going to pick. That's all you got to see, who we going to pick.
Right.
Don't worry about that, Law. You ain't got to bring that up no more, Law. Don't
What you talking about?
You need it.
Huh?
Every time you on your show, you be like, oh, man, only thing we got is the corner. Don't panic, Law. It's April. The draft is 2 weeks.
When do I say that I'm panicking? You know, this is a conversation for the off season, right? I'm creating. That's what content creators do. I'm creating a conversation. You know.
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gonna be all right. I just want to see. I'm like you. I'm wondering who we gonna get. Is it gonna be the halfback first, or is it gonna be the receiver first? But that long.
Right, talk to me.
The funniest thing though, let me ask you a question now. And to all the fans, what if that tight end go there?
You talking about with the first pick, the 12th pick?
Yeah, what if they pick that tight end from
it'll be some movement of furniture, even though you have to wait until the draft is over with. But it'll be a right way to be like, the Cowboys fool around and got 2 Michigan guys within the top 100. Within the top 100 picks.
What if they do this? This be a good scenario for you. Now, this gonna make you happy. They move back a little. They had 12. They move back to like 14 or 15. Just say they do that. Then they jump to tight end from Penn State. Then their second pick is either Henderson or the other halfback from Ohio State. Then their third pick is the receiver from Iowa State, the 6'4" guy. To me, he's better than Tech. I mean, Huggins. I think he's better than him because he's more physical and he get off the ball stronger. I seen both tape. He get off that line strong. You know what I'm saying? And then you get your corner or your D tackle. Will you like that, Law? Will there be enough weapons? And then, Law, you know what's going to happen. Your boy Brandon going to come on this show, and this is where it's going to put the pressure on your quarterback. You got the tight end that can get down the field. You got your dangerous halfback that can take it to the house. And you got the other receiver. You got so many weapons, Law. There won't be no more excuses, Law. What would you say then to Brandon?
We'll have to see that, you know.
Well,
we have to see that, at the end of the day.
What would you say, Long?
No, what would he would have to say something to me, because the scenario philosophy is that we don't know none of these guys are what they're going to do on the next level. It's all a crap shot. So I get it that we can talk about and we can bloviate what these guys should do. But the reality of it is that there's a known commodity and the unknowns, and we just don't know about any of these things. So that's why I lean heavily on the free agency, going out there, getting a known commodity or getting a player that you know for sure got skins on the wall. But I get it. If we go into this particular season with the guys that we want to have and they don't pan out again, then that's just like anything, though. That's just like anything. Are any of those guys that you just lamented better than what the Eagles got? Are they better than what the Eagles got right now? Who's better than A.J. Brown? So these guys automatically see that's not real football. That's not realism. That's not realism.
It's so cold-blooded from Penn State.
He's cold-blooded at Penn State, but he's not cold-blooded yet in the National Football League.
No, see, Law. No,
Yeah.
I'm like Brandon now, Law. Law,
No, be like Marv.
Now
Don't
you
be like
trying
no
to
one
say-
else. No.
Okay, so Law, I'm finna get you, Law.
You're contrarian.
See, everybody Law. I'm like Brandon now, Law trying to make an excuse. No, Law.
I'm not making an excuse. These are facts.
No.
None of these guys have on their resume of what we have already in the NFL. None of those guys.
Well, okay then. Well, Law, since you say that, I don't want to hear no excuses, because you guys, y'all bragging on. Well, that's the same thing you can say about your halfback y'all been bragging on from Boise State.
Yeah.
What the hell he gonna do? I don't know about him.
If you bring nobody's acting like that. Hold on. All right, now classroom law school is in session, Marv. Here's what you got to understand. As good as Ashton Genty is, still he's not a Emmett, he's not a Berry, he's not a LaDainian Thomason, he's not none of those guys who played in the National Football League yet. He's still got to get here. We can't put oil all over him and say just because we drafted him, if he falls to the 12th, that's going to resolve all of the issues. Objectively speaking, he got to still get out there and perform.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Because I hear all y'all was like, if we don't get him, y'all gonna cry. Everybody gonna cry.
No, but the argument, MJ, is that him versus a guy in the 6th round. Those are two different things, two different sides of the situation is all I'm saying.
Okay, let me put that up to you.
Go ahead.
The guy in the 7th round was one of the best halfbacks. Is Gentry better than him from Denver?
Who's from Denver? Who's in Denver?
But played for Elway when they got that
Terrell Davis. Don't you really know how that all worked out for them? They have what we've been calling. They have a system. They have a system and a philosophy and a principle.
We got a system now too, though, Law.
It haven't been implemented. They haven't been implemented yet.
It's getting implemented right now.
So just because you implement something year one doesn't mean that it's going to automatically get you to the Super Bowl. You still got to implement your system. That's just how it goes, MJ.
Well, I'm happy we finally got a system.
Well, we got a system, but now we got to have the identity that match. So when you play the Ravens back in the days, you know that they're going to bring their hard hat. When you play the Steelers, you know what they're going to do, right? So in the last 10 to 15 years, when you play the Cowboys, there was no identity for this team. There was no situation that you can sit back and say, this is their philosophy and principle. What I can hope for is the Cowboys can finally have a system and an identity. But for right now, it's just smoke and mirrors for right now. I don't know what shot he's going to
do. In 2016, when they had the best record in the NFL, they had a running game, play action, and they went 13-3 and still lost. Choked against Green Bay. So who fault is that?
This team still didn't have an identity on defense. What was their defense identity?
That defense had me. Hey, in 2007, my friend was trying to brag. I told that defense is sorry. I said, why you say that, Mar? I said, that defense is fluffy. And then look what happened. The Giants upset us. I was like, man, this defense, you got to have a real defense that when the other teams stop our team, we got to stop them. That's a defense.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, bro. Thank you so much, MJ.
How about them Cowboys? And like you say, Law, you just ready for the draft, and I don't want to hear no crying. I got hope because we got my quarterback back. I got hope.
Come on with it. That's MJ, man. Israelite brother over there. Come on with it. All right, so that brother done stretched over almost 2 decades, right? From 16 to 2007. And they all had a known thing that they did with those years. It was the common denominator, and it was Jason Garrett. I can't make this stuff up. No identity on defense, really, and no identity really on offense of the way we should attack things. Now, I'm not beating up this team from the past mistakes and say that they're going to be futures performance or what have you. But what I'm telling y'all is that sometimes you can fall into that trap of saying, oh, man, we got everything that's good. Every team that won the Super Bowl in the last 10 to 15 years made major moves, not minors, or some type of move, and we can put that a little bit closer to that, some type of move in the free agency, right? That's because you got the known and the known unknowns, right? And the draft is always the unknown. But the reason why Terrell Davis was able to fit well for the Denver Broncos, racing back to the 98, 99, I think they won those 2 years, or was it 97, 98 or something like that, back-to-back Super Bowls, because he fit right on into the system. As soon as Terrell Davis got hurt, they put in another running back, and he was able to get 1,000 yards. And they went back to their identity and got Clinton Portis or something like that. But this is not Denver's talk or conversation. This is just to let y'all know that you got to have some of those principles. I got my guy from the 201 that's finna jump on in for $100,000. But to bring laughter to it, you know, sometimes what happened in the past can bring you to the future, right? On all of your reasonings. And $100,000. Listen to this right here, because I know we like to get back onto some comical side. But hold on before I let you on. Listen to this real quick. Yeah.
I would love to know your baseball lineup of like women.
Corinne Stephens.
What?
You want to know why? Let me say why?
I mean, the obvious.
Okay. She's like, when you talk about a woman, you got to take out all the things that come to your mind when you say her name. If you really get a chance to know that woman.
Am I tripping?
No, you're not. I'm telling you, bro.
Listen properly.
She's different. And this is what I mean by different. Forget what she known for. Forget what she do, all that. It's the fact that she know how to stay in your life for the rest of your life without being in your life. Like, that's some different type of power. And I'm going to tell you how. It's something so simple. Probably one of the illest women I ever met in my life. And like the illest. She taught me how to wash clothes, bro. Something so simple. I did not know how to wash clothes. To this day, every time I can be with whoever. I don't care who I'm with. I don't care where I go. If I see a laundromat, a Bounce, a Downy, the little bear, Corinne. I'm in Target. I see that.
Man, she take the definition to superhead to a whole nother realm. She's staying in this man's head. How? Because she taught him something. And once you learn something, ladies and gentlemen, you will never forget. So it doesn't matter if Lil Bow Wow becomes Big Bow Wow, Medium Bow Wow, Sub-Medium Bow Wow. Superhead is still in his head, because every time he said he see a laundromat, he sees some Downy, he sees some folding of the clothes, he got her in his mind, or she's moving around in his head. And some of y'all just like that with the Cowboys. I can't make this stuff up, boy. It was a perfect segue to my brother from another mother, no other, don't look like Danny Glover. From the 201, she took the control of this man's head. Come on with it.
Hey, no, man. That's how you do. That's how you do.
Listen, yeah, ladies, listen up. Yeah.
That's how you. You all giving away the secrets, man. Come on, Lord. What are you doing? What is you doing, man?
She taught that little Bow Wow how to do everything, didn't she?
That's how you do. That's how you get them to come back. I don't care if they move on to another dude, they still come back, they still remember you. You know what I'm saying? It could be 3 years later, they come, sir, how you doing, big head? You know what I'm saying?
They were gonna forever remember. Yeah, I can't remember her. I can't remember what's her name, Karina or something like that. But Superhead, that's what y'all remember, right? Yeah. But she stays. I don't even know her real name. She stays in Bow Wow's head. You know, come on, Sunshine.
I'm trying to tell you, man, ladies.
Yeah.
A lot of times. It's not about the best capabilities that you could do. I know it ain't 8 o'clock, so I'm trying to PG this for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about the moves and the tricks you could do.
Right. It's the
it
little
ain't about
things.
that.
It's the little things.
The little things
Yeah.
that make us remember you.
Yeah,
You know
remember.
what I'm saying? So like, you know what I mean? Like, man, every time I came over to her house, man, she always had food on the table, man. It's a good meal, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That brother right here folding up. He folding up. He like, man, he folding up. I got the jersey in my hand, right? And he folding it up the whole time. Let me put to the bigger screen. Hold on. The whole time he folding up. He folding up this jersey, right? And all he can think about is, man, she taught me how to do this.
She taught me how to do it. And if you don't believe me in law, Shannon Sharp got a whole story about a girl he used to talk to in college, and she did the same thing. She said, yo, she folded all the clothes, color coded them and everything.
Yeah.
So that goes to tell you, I'm trying to tell you, ladies, listen, it ain't about the tricks. It ain't always about the, don't get me wrong, you gotta do good on the tricks now. You gotta be a good.
Yeah.
The circus got to be top notch now.
Yeah.
But
it's the little things you do.
It's the little things you do. Like, man. Hey, Lord, shoot, Lord.
What up? What up?
When I go out on a date and the chick say, she got it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I never forget her. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Now, what?
Wait
You
a
got
minute.
it.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Hold on. You know what I'm saying?
So it goes both ways, y'all. It goes both ways, man. It's all about the moment in times of remembering something, right? And knowing that you go back to that place. See, I think Marv is stuck just like that and to a different degree, right? Because he keep bringing up in 2016. And 2007, right? And this and that, and we choked and all of this and that. But in reality of it, is he only remembering those things because we didn't do anything on our end to make it a good memory. You get what I'm saying?
The Ravens had an outstanding defense for how long? They had the greatest quarterback, Lamar Jackson, could run and throw it.
Come on,
y'all give y'all spleen away for Lamar Jackson. He's lost. He lost, right? They trashed, they choked, right?
Yeah.
They went and got Derrick Henry, choked, right?
Right.
So it applies to all these other guys that y'all praise and y'all say Dak Prescott ain't nothing to. These other guys choked. The great quarterback, Josh Allen, just got paid all that money. He choked according to Marv standards. Choked every year to Mahomes. So come on, man. Yo, Patrick Mahomes choked. Couldn't do nothing. So be careful with this now, because if you're gonna do it right.
Yeah,
that's what I tell the ladies. If you're gonna do it right.
Take the money out.
Oh my God! Like you said, Detroit beat everybody. Detroit was beating everybody, man. You know, and they were saying
the Washington team and got
destroyed, pummeled. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's just how it goes. Football is not for long, and the league is always changing.
One game. Yeah. And it's one game. It's one game. It's not a series. It's one game. If you don't show up for that one game, you done. That don't mean you was trash.
Right.
In 2016, Aaron Rodgers had that lucky throw. If it wasn't for that, we would have won the game.
They jumped up on us 28-some points, too.
Yeah, and that brought us back.
Yeah.
So, you know, in a one-game scenario, anything can happen. You got to be on point every single play. Every single play you got to be on point.
So with that being said, and that's why I was getting at with the players. Like, we can only say, based off of college tape, that they will be X, Y, and Z things, right? But we have empirical information like solid, tangible stuff from players who played on other teams, right? In the free agency. And that's what good teams tend to do. They figure out ways to tie in those small loose ends by going and getting free agent players. Now, I ain't finna break down what we did this offseason right? To say it's nothing, but it's a little bit more than what we did previously.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's still a wait and see. It's still a wait and see. These guys, this team that we have right now, I'm telling you right now, I'm not expecting us to do much. All these guys are on 1-year deals. All these guys, you gotta reteach. They going off of traits right now. A lot of these guys. That's what they're
going off of traits, man.
You know,
but none of these guys know how to fold and wash clothes. If you get what I'm saying, you know, you flow with me. You know what I'm saying?
No, they look like they got the capabilities to do that.
There you go. There you go.
Like they could do it. You know what I mean? But it ain't for certain that they could do it. All because you go and get that BBL don't mean you know what I mean. You know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Let me read out these.
Like it.
Let me read out these 2 super chats from Angie. I don't want them to get old and stale in here, you know. Angie Rebel Chicks, thank you so much for the $4.99. She says she had Bow Wow toes doing gang signs, you know. Yeah. And then she doubles back, man. Appreciate you so much, Angie. States that Dak should ask Superhead to be his mentor. She never chokes. Oh, wow.
Whoa. Yeah, Angie, the truth. Angie, the
Take
truth.
the money out, all of it.
Yes, it did.
And Angie needs to call in, man.
Wait a minute. Close the door. Thank you. I have something you've been waiting for. Oh, thank you. You know. Oh, Lord.
I mean, but, you know, in regards to who we get in this draft, though, man, I want a weapon, man. I don't want to wait to the 4th, 5th round and get a weapon. I want the top guys too. I don't want, man, he the 3rd best, he the 4th best. He got speed, but he don't got this, he don't got that. If we don't get one of the top guys in this draft, man, we ain't serious.
Yeah, it's like
we ain't serious, man.
It's like equivalent to like I'm gonna block it up for everybody, but I'm gonna throw it to a 4-5 guy or 4-6 speed. You know what I'm saying? I want that lightning rod on this team, man.
Right, I want somebody that's gonna take it to the house, man. That's what we need. This offense don't got speed. We need speed. I don't want to see. We get Turpin in the backfield. Yay!
It's only like here's the other counter argument, right? So many people will say equivalency is that I get this argument all the time. Like Dak Prescott had literally similar things that Peyton Manning had, even though the numbers were like pretty much the same. The argument is stop making excuses, right? But I'm looking at it like, shoot, Peyton Manning.
What team Peyton Manning now? What team?
Man.
What team Peyton Manning?
You talking
about Denver or you talking about?
I ain't gonna talk about Denver because that was a loaded team. I'm just talking about the Colts in general. Every time they pull up these stats, they think that in the last 9 years we had similar things.
No,
and every time I say that, you know, people will bring up, we had Dez. Dez, I like Dez, but he ain't a Marvin Harrison. He's not even a Reggie Wayne, right? That's who Peyton Manning was throwing to. And he had offensive line, Jeff Saturday. He had the other kid name is tip of my tongue. Also, he had Dallas Clark. So many people get misguided with thinking that you don't need weapons. And that's the dude that had weapons, and he only had one to show for it for our Super Bowl. With the Colts.
Show for it.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott had all the weapons he had. Come on, man. I would say something, but he don't.
Yeah.
One guy ain't enough.
Big fact.
Come on, man. We need to. Do you see this race? Everybody else got 2 weapons, maybe 3. We only got 1. And you got Boss Cowboy and talking about offensive line. What are you talking about, bro? Oh man, we can complete the offensive line, and that's my dog. That's my
dog. Yeah. I was fighting for my life last night. I'm fighting him, fighting OC, fighting the comment people. People's Louis, not the Louis T, but the other Louis. I fight everybody. I get it. I like offensive line just like the next person. But give us something that we can always remember. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Come on, man. Thank you. That's all we saying.
Yeah.
That's all we saying.
The year Randy Moss was drafted, what was the damn offensive? Who was the best offensive line that year? You know what I'm saying? Nobody remember them, but they remember Randy Moss.
Remember Randy Moss?
I want the Randy Moss experience. You know.
Come on, man. If Dak Prescott, Dak Prescott has already shown that he could play with a bad line. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And then if we got guys running wide open like we supposed to have, then Dak Prescott don't need all that time anyway.
B Cuff says, hold on, Law. Dez was no Reggie Wayne. He wasn't no Reggie Wayne. Reggie Wayne.
No,
Go. We talking about two different eras of Dez. Dez was good in 13, 14.
Tony Romo era.
Yeah.
Tony Romo was the quarterback there.
He was a piece of good in 16. Yeah, because it was a run first team. I like that. There's my guy. You know what I'm saying? He followed the channel and everything. And I can't have him on or what have you. But Dez and Reggie Wayne, think about it. Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison. We never had those two combos.
No.
We never.
No.
You know, we never.
We had Dez Bryant and what's his name? TP. What's his name?
No. Terrence Williams. T. Will.
Terrence Williams.
Terrence Williams, boy.
Oh man.
Yeah, Dez did get hurt. I'm not taking that away from him. But he went into a situation with 2016 and 17, whereas after he got hurt going out in 2017, he never seen football again. He went to the Saints and went to the Ravens, right?
And couldn't even make those teams. Didn't even play.
Couldn't even play
on none of them teams.
Yeah.
So come on, man. What are you talking about with Dez? Come on, man. What you talking about?
Yeah. Will Dez be a first ballot?
No. When? The Cowboys Hall of Fame?
The Hall of Fame, yeah.
The Cowboys?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the Ring of Honor. That's what you talking about?
Nah, they need to put him in the Ring of Honor now.
They need to put he'll get there. That's about it. He ain't getting no gold jacket. But what?
Yeah. I think Reggie Wayne have damn near 14,000 yards, 80 touchdowns and things of that nature, you know. Plus, I ain't going to bring up Marvin Harrison, you know what I'm saying? Shoot.
And the race CD going, CD will get there before this. CD killing stuff right now.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Man, y'all put some disrespect on Reggie Wayne. Look, I think we got a lot of young folks up in here, man. Y'all go watch route running.
Reggie Wayne was a beast.
Shoot.
Imagine Dak with Reggie Wayne. Oh my God.
And I ain't hating on Dez. That's my guy. But shoot.
Dez Bryant, it was not no route runner. Dez Bryant was just.
That boy, he disappeared from the screen.
Dez was just run up and go get it. That's Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant was like was like what's my man that got hurt? We paid all that money to. Now he on the Washington team. Man, I can't remember his name.
Like this, I think that CD Lamb already got more Pro Bowls than Dez, if I'm not mistaken.
Way better than Dez.
Now,
I know y'all not trying to make that argument.
No, not. They just two different receivers. Just like Reggie Wayne is two different receivers from Dez. I think that Dez is your prototypical X wide receiver.
Get it like Gallup. Gallup. Gallup is a go up and get it guy. Yeah. Him and Dez is more alike.
Yeah, Dez is a whole lot better than Gallup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gallup on steroids. Yeah,
he's Gallup on steroids. That's
who
Dez is.
But B Cup says, but Reggie had Peyton Manning. so he said Reggie had Peyton Manning, right? Woo!
Uh-huh.
So Dak Prescott passer rating, quarterback percentages is higher than Peyton Manning's. And
thank you.
He was throwing it to Noah Browns and them, you know. So you mean to tell me James Washington, you know, Brooks was here.
Come on, man. Yeah, Brooks. Don't do Dak Prescott like that.
So see now we going, and then for those who say, well, the NFL league changed. Well, they didn't change the rules until 2003, 2004. So the chunk of Peyton Manning's numbers came after that time frame. So that's pretty much in the same era, basically, because they didn't change it until 2003, 2004 with the illegal checks and stuff. So it's crazy how you got to look at it, though. Yeah, but they still arguing for Dad's overweight, man. They haven't seen enough football, man. Shoot.
Man, go back on YouTube and look at some clips.
Yeah,
and we gonna bring this up at a later date.
Yeah, bring it at a later date, man. You know,
go back and look at some clips. Go back and look at some games. You can pull up almost any game on YouTube. Go back and pull them up.
Yeah,
and watch.
And just don't believe me. Just watch.
Just watch.
Shoot.
Don't just look at the numbers. A lot of y'all look at the numbers.
They look at the numbers.
Just watch the game.
And the crazy part is numbers are better than theirs. You know what I'm saying? So, but man, man, it's always a pleasure, man, hearing you, man, talking. What else you got for the show before I let you go, bro?
That's it, man. That's it. I done said my piece.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you calling in. That's $100,000 with the plan, y'all. Yeah, y'all fight amongst yourself, but you know, I'm just saying, you know, look at the tape. That's all I can say. Look at the tape. That dude was a route, nuanced, crazy kid that was drafted in the first round as well, that had short area quickness, that can find and high point the ball, they can squeeze and get to the touchdowns, you know. Yeah, Wayne couldn't play special teams, though. They didn't need to. Shoot, they didn't need to. We talking about the Colts during that time frame. Dak was a rookie and scared to put the ball up. Tony knew to get the ball to Dez. I get all of that. Okay, so if we really go in there, what was the ratio? If that the case, then we should have been eating. And Dez was drafted in what, 2011? So 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014. We should have seen good 4 years of Dez just doing it all, dominating all by himself. You know, that's the reality of it. We haven't got a chance to see that. If you go back, you got 2013, 14, and you got 2016, and that's about it. You know, Law, you know, they moved the goalposts on Dak. Dak gets no real love nor credit for nothing, right? So it is what it is. The tape don't lie. Tape don't lie. What was the greatest moment for Dez is the simple fact that we got to also quantify that we did have Jason Garrett. We had an archaic system. Everybody knew that they were drawing up plays in the dirt only for a certain side or the half of the field, right? So it's not like we had nuances of crazy gameplay or design. There was no identity for this. The time that the Cowboys did, and y'all can fight me in left and right, but the time that they did get things going was in 2014 with this crazy system. And the quarterback that was the best thing since sliced bread only threw for 300 yards one time that entirety of the season because they ran the ball. So if you do it that way, then maybe you can. But what I'm saying is that from a play design and a play call, Shotty should have a better offensive recognition than what we seen in 2014. If he's really about for what he is, you know. Witten always got separation though. Yeah, the Y option route. You know, don't have my God talking about Y options and these sorts of things. All right. Swallow game. Angie, you crazy. With that being said, Cowboy Nation, he was the only guy, last guy on the call. We had somebody else to call in, and They hung up from the 484, I believe, or 489. Dak ain't had nowhere near the weapons Peyton Manning had. Edgerrin James, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark, and I get it. So many people look at the chapter 13 or 14 and say, yeah, that's a better book. But if you lived through those moments, you knew that they had a weapon on every aspect of it. Yeah, and a statue as a quarterback named Peyton Manning. He was a statue back there. And the reason why they made sure that by the time he retired, even with a broken neck, they said, man, we can't have Peyton Manning have less rings than Eli. Let's cook these books, man. Let's go and remove salary cap from the Denver Broncos and put him over there. He got to get him one more ring. Yeah. We can't have Peyton Manning with less rings than Eli. The world wouldn't work out right. You know, the equilibriums of the world wouldn't be there to form for us, you know. So that's why they went and made sure they turned salary cap stuff off for Peyton Manning to get that one more ring over there in Denver land. Yeah, indeed. They try to do all what they can all what they can do to make sure that Peyton Manning get that ring and be a little bit tied with his brother, Cowboy Nation. But neither here nor there. Cowboy Nation, on our way up out of here, I really appreciate y'all. And if you guys can make the case for Dez, I would love to hear it. Not to say that I like Wayne over Dez or Dez over Wayne, but I do like to hear y'all thoughts on that, you know. But Wayne was cold-blooded in his rightful way, and I think that he deserved to get his flowers on that. We just can't dismiss a man with 80 touchdowns and 14,000 yards and 1,000 receptions like anybody can do that. Or he was just like they had two number ones, basically, is what I'm getting at, the Cowboy Nation. But on my way out, be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Super shout out to Jason Barnes, man. I appreciate you so much, man. I appreciate you so much for your support. I really do. $20 holla. As we depart, we need playmakers. We need a Dez 2.0. Maybe that can be Mingo. We need a Reggie Wayne. Maybe that can be, for damn sure that ain't Jalen Tolbert nor Jalen Brooks. No offense to them. But we need to find one of those guys, right? You find that man. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't find that person, we'll be circling the blocks and spinning the corners around talking about the same thing over and over again. The Cowboys haven't done X, Y, Z. You know, 2 wide receivers, a good offensive line, and a good running back. Appreciate you. Mingo would never be that guy. God.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
Y'all wrong for that. But at the end of the day, lock them doors, y'all. Lock them doors. Where my guy at?
And they understand the cost.
What's the cost that's involved with it?
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors.
Close them doors.
Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
Close the doors, y'all.
We all gonna leave together.
We all gonna leave together.
Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching.
Come on with it.
1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight.
40,000. Come on with it.
I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed.
$20 seed. I'm challenging all of y'all.
$20, believe it or not, when my late wife Melinda P. Sapp was alive, was a good date. I could take her to the movies, buy a box of popcorn, get 1 soda, 2 straws.
Not 1, but 2
I wasn't
straws.
cheap. That's swag. I was looking in her eyes. She's looking in mine. Can't do that no more. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seated, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seat of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here.
It does.
I got you. Let's see. So put your 20 away, preachers. That 20 wasn't for you.
Let me ask you this. What is the cost of being successful in this draft? What is the cost of making sure that this particular team head in the right direction? I said close them doors. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty, and it will, and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it or plan for it or lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, or the famish, or fame, or the sickness of body or brain can turn you all from the things you want, if dogged and grim, and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you will get it. Come on with it.
Ready to get this? That's $40,000 tonight.
Give me my thing, you.
I'm challenging each of you all.
Come on with it.
To give a $20 seat.
Come on.
I actually think $20 is a lot of money. $20, believe it or not, when my late wife Melinda P. Sapp was alive.
Come on with it, baby. Roll them
I can take her to the
credits.
movies, buy a box of popcorn, get 1 soda, 2
Come on with it.
I wasn't cheap. That's swag. I was looking in her eyes. She's looking in mine. Can't do that no more.
I wake
now,
up,
everyone up here,
thumb down, and check. No drip, this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, and check. No drip, this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number 1 up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation, let's get it.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, and check. No drip, this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck.
Let's give a moment of silence to north of the border. We still here with you, man. We right here for you and your entire family. Yes, indeed, north of the border.
Crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they're getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
All I ask.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, and check. No drip, this, tell them run it up. No
still them boys and Jay, appreciate you, Skeptical fan. Walker, Wade, appreciate you, Chris. Shout out to you, Press, appreciate you. Come on.
But first I tell them run it up.
I got nothing but love for you, baby. Got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but
All I
love
ask.
for you, baby. Got nothing but love for you, baby.
Stop, Steve! Come back, Steve!
Got nothing but love for you, baby. Wolf Kitty, you crazy. Jerry. Sounds of soft souls, hits, oldies. Let's get it.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out, breathe you in. Yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you. For you. Ooh. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be on? Play it too.
What she do? Come on with it.
Wherever you go,
Whatever you do, play it too.
Oh shit, Grant. I don't know. That woman is different, bro.
This is not the first time we've had somebody sit across from me and
say her name. Oh, for real?
That's why I'm wilding
No,
out. Like,
bro,
yo,
listen.
for real.
I can't make this shit up. I'm telling you, she's a woman. Like, you see how I'm looking? I'm trying to find it. Number one, she's smart as hell. She ain't no best bookseller. Right? I mean, and she really writing them shits. Like, ain't nobody writing for her. Like, she really writing, going through draft. Like, she's doing all that.
So she got a good head on her shoulders, huh?
You said that.
She's smart.
She's
You do. Until next time.
if a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
Until next time, DC for life. If we offended anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart. Let's get ready for the draft, baby. We got, less than 2 weeks or right at 2 weeks. DC for life. Peace. Cowboys just signed Sadiq Charles. For real, I'll go live.